Countdown for the budget begins. You're watching Bloomberg TV India. I'm Anupya Nair.
I'm Sunanda Jayaseelan, and you're watching our special coverage of the budget bet, where we cover the three pillars: the business, economy, and training. Our first conversation today is on the business vertical, and we're putting the spotlight on renewable energy, a sector that has been the poster boy for this government.
Well, with India taking climate change head-on, renewable energy is likely to take center stage in India's growth cycle. So what does this sector really expect from Arun Jaitley this time around? Swati Khandelwal Jain caught up with Tulsi Tanti, chairman of Suzlon Group, and began by asking him what he made of the government policies and what more can be done.
I think the government has set a very ambitious target. 175 gigawatt we have to build in our country by 2020.
Right.
And also by 2030, it's a 250 gigawatt. Today our total installed base is 280 gigawatt of the total energy basket. Within that we have to add 250 gigawatt is there. For industry's perspective, it's a really great and exciting for us because India is equipped to build and deliver this capacity. And same time, our commitment in a COP21, when the Prime Minister has given to the 192 country in the presence of the global society, it's a 33% we will reduce our carbon in the atmosphere from India. And also we bring a 40% renewable energy mix in our energy basket.
Right.
I think it's a right way to go for India to bring a long-term sustainable jobs, long-term sustainable economy, and it will support our rural economy where India is heavily dependent, and it will give a sustainable development for our economic growth.
Sure. So the intention is great, and we are on the right track in that sense, but do you think the policy that has been laid down so far is conducive enough to do what it's aiming to do?
I think in that area we can able to do a lot more, no doubt, because our target is 2022. So first and foremost is very clear is there. All the fiscal benefit and policy framework should be for the next 5 years.
Right.
It should not be a change in year on year, because it's a very high capital intensive investment for the manufacturing and also very high capital working capital intensive. So in that case, it's required a longer period of the visibility, so that a company like us can able to invest in a manufacturing also, and we can build the pipeline. And same time, the investment is coming 90% from FDI. So those FDI is investing in India in a real asset of the renewable is there. So we have to give a very strong confidence to the financial investor to invest in a real asset. Three concern area is there. Number one, the financial situations of our banking system has to be strengthened, and we have to more and more capitalize for the banks and to give a very good free hands to fund more and more for the renewable asset. That will give the confidence to the investor. Second, we have to also see how our rupee can be depreciated going forward. So what we can take care of that by promoting more and more export. Because this technology is highly matured is there. We are already exporting the wind turbine to
there's a lot of demand
so many
globally for
countries.
this.
So we have to promote more incentives to the export, so that we can mitigate the certain risk on the rupee depreciation. Third area is also equally important, which is affecting the sector. If oil price goes up,
which is likely,
which is possible 100%, it will go up. So it will affect our economy because our import will increase. So we have to bring more stability for keeping in mind the FDI to invest in India. If that will be happen, long-term policy should be established. I think competency, expertise, capability, technology, execution of the projects, government interest and intentions, I think everything is positive. And we are confident 175 gigawatt can be achievable and to deliver. If I see the last financial year, the total installation of renewable was just 3 gigawatt. Which is 2,300 is wind and 700 was solar.
Very small,
So 3 gigawatt. So compared to the global market, it's hardly 2-3%. But current financial year, when we are completing by FY16, it's almost 6,000. So it's 100% growth has come, wind and solar both. Wind is going from 2,300 to 3,200 megawatt, and almost 1,800 is coming from the solar, and plus rooftop and everything. So it's going 6,000. So it's 100% growth. Next financial year, we are predicting, based on the momentum, it will be not less than 10 gigawatt. So it's really going from 3, 6, 10. So momentum is there. Now we have to maintain this momentum. And why the investment is coming? Because FDI is heavily investing based on the confidence on the government. Okay, it is a good sense is there. Now we have to satisfy and we have to safeguard their investment so that they should get the return, they should get the financing, they should get the project in time. All these challenge is a more important for our country, so that confidence continue to maintain. Otherwise, after 10 gigawatt, it may become again a slowdown in the in the
so
renewables.
that policy continuity and confidence to the investors is a must.
The most important.
But sir, I want to be more specific now and talk to you about the budget expectations, since it's around the corner. And what is it that you want the government to really do? Though they have shown a lot of interest to push the renewable energy space. We've heard Prime Minister speak about it more on many occasions, in fact. What is it very specifically for wind and solar that you're looking forward to in this budget?
I think the topmost in the budget is a right tool to stimulate our economy and to maintain the growth is there. But when I see the budget is the first area is required to increase the growth. And growth is important so that overall sentiment in the industry, society has to increase. And we have to reduce some taxes and income tax to the consumers, so that consumer spending should increase.
Absolutely.
And that will bring the growth momentum. So that is, I feel it's a larger perspective. But coming to the renewable energy space, I think more important part is the 5-year stable policy. Wind and solar has a different fiscal benefit is there. It should be a uniform fiscal benefit. Whatever is available wind, it should be available for solar, because ultimately it's a renewable. We should not segregate wind and solar different, but it should be a renewable basket. So all the fiscal benefits should be available to both, and 5 years stable fiscal benefit announcement. The way US has recently announced, first time in the last 10 years, okay, these are my 5 years policy for the renewable for the next 5 years. And these are the fiscal benefit, PTC or ITC, it's a given for the 5 years, crystal clear for the next 5 years.
Right.
I think our government should also come with the same approach, with the clearly, these are our renewable energy policy, these are the fiscal benefit, and this should be available for the next 5 years up to 2021, so that we can able to maintain this momentum to do that, number one. Number two, we have to give a huge support to the export to this technology, because I see, based on the size of market what we are expanding, we should not build our renewable asset based on the import. So we have to do the huge manufacturing, indigenize here, and for that strong manufacturing policy, again not for just solar, but solar wind combined. Anybody is investing in a manufacturing capacity, the manufacturing will get this incentive, so that they will be attracted and they can go for the longer period. If policy visibility 5 years is not there, I can put the plant, but whether market will remain or not, because it's a highly regulated market and it's governed by the policy, so no investment will flow in a manufacturing. So we need a manufacturing. If you follow the China strategy, what normally they do, first they open the size of the market, which we are already doing. They can support the domestic manufacturer. So 20, 30, 50, 100 manufacturer will grow. Out of that, they pick up the 5. They make a champion, and they tell them, okay, now you should go to the world and bring the business back to the country. So we can leverage this opportunity of the renewable which we have to build. It's not just to build, but the capacity we should build in such a way, and technology we can bring in such a way through incentive program, so that India can be renewable manufacturing hub of the future.
All right, staying with the renewable energy space, we have another corporate guest with us, very famous in the space, mostly in the financing world, Sumant Sinha, Chairman and CEO of Renew Power at this point with us.